Resources. Resources are money, time, your talent, your energy. These are the things that give you the capacity to do things. If you look at yourself like a player in a video game, your player has a certain energy bar, right? And then your player in a game may have a certain amount of ammo, a certain amount of resources to do things within the game. And when you look at your life and you look at your finances and you look at your health and you look at your abilities, and I always like to give examples. If you have a driver's license, you have ability to drive, which means you have the ability to make deliveries, to make money. If you have your limbs, if you have the ability to walk, always look at what you have, not what you don't have, okay? Because that'll help you to get what you want more than not. But I want to share in this video, okay, that you need to be conscious in life, that you use your resources for a few things. Number one thing you want to use your resources for is to create a healthy environment for yourself, to add comfort. Sometimes in life I've struggled with hoarding resources, hoarding cash, and trying to make more with it and afraid to spend it. And I think there's a season to be frugal, a season to sacrifice. But you have to be cautious, because if you hoard too many financial resources, you can put them all in risky investments and lose everything. Resources, which specifically to money, some should be saved, some should be used to create comfort and stability, and some should be used to be invested. A level of diversity. Again, there's a season for extremism, but I want to share with you. I always had in the back of my mind, don't go too far. Okay. And it's very tough to see that limit, but I always, and I see how people don't have that switch where they get cloudy and they don't put limits on how far they're willing to go or hold themselves back. But I want to share with you, your resources financially should be to save, because your savings account, not your brokerage account, not your crypto wallet, not your checking account, your savings account, a specific different account from your checking and brokerage. Your savings account is your financial stability, meaning that if you have an emergency, you don't need to borrow money, you don't need to beg for money, you don't need to be destitute. You go to your savings account. It's the first thing you should build on your road to financial stability. Your checking account is to pay bills. Your brokerage account is to invest. Your savings account is to protect you in an emergency. And what I want to share with you, with your ability regarding your resources and your talent, whether you have the gift of speech, sometimes people say to me, well, it's easy for you to say you have the gift of gab. Yeah, but I do the work of my life. You can have the gift of gab, but sleep all day. You may have the gift of being an artist, but you don't consistently create art. You may have the gift of being a mechanic, but you don't show up every day to change brakes. You can have a gift, but not put the discipline in to use it to create a resource. Your abilities create more resources if you use them and discipline yourself to do things where you don't want to do, to make money with the resources that you have, the ability. If you have a driver's license, you have the ability to use that resource to create more resources. So your best investment is yourself, because as you take care of yourself better and as you push yourself to do more productive things, you create more resources. People who cannot push themselves and not discipline themselves, they end up in a shelter where there's a resource room, where the government or facility workers create a resource room where there's internet, books, etc. And you go there because you need help and resources, and there's nothing wrong with needing help. I see how hard life is, and I have empathy, not judgment, but I want to share with you, if you have the ability, push yourself. Resources, your time. As you become an adult, one of your biggest keys of life is time management. The time you wake up, what you do from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Most people oversleep, overeat, underproductive, they take a nap, and they can't go to sleep. Waking up early, unless you're working the night shift, being productive, not taking naps, you will go to sleep early, and you will wake up early. You'll get on a healthy sleep cycle. Time management, productivity mixed with hobbies, mixed with side ventures, mixed with exercise. The time management, which you learn in school, because when you're young and you're being developed and you're developing yourself and you're growing, school is a structure of time management. There's a time where you have to show up, a time where you go to a different class, the bell rings. You're forced to go to different classes. You're forced into time management. Even if you're retired, you have to manage your time. Even if you're independently wealthy, you have to manage your time. Why? Because too much time on your hands will lead to depression or bad habits if you don't manage yourself well. It's all about managing yourself. If you can't manage yourself, life's going to be harder than it needs to be. And this is a goal. This is something that never ends, because we have good days and bad days. We fall, we have to get back up. We have to, have these goals, have this structure of resource management, time, money, health. At least 30 minutes a day you should do some type of workout. At least 3 times a day you should go on a 15-minute or more walk. Managing your health. Reading the ingredients. When you're young, you should eat whatever you want, enjoy your life. You should have treats here and there, but, to suffer less means to take care of yourself more. I empathize with those who struggle with food or bad health habits, because I once did, and I know people who do. I think some of it's mental. Some people are born a certain way, but remember, it's not your job to figure out other people. It's your job to figure out yourself. Figure out who you are, the resources that you have, the resources that you can create, and how to manage all those things. Your resources should be used to create stability, comfort, and a level of risk-taking, but with limits management. Your ability should be used to create productivity, which creates income. Your time management should be used to schedule everything in your life to make sure you get the most out of life. You should leave life empty, not full. A storage unit is things that are not used to its full capacity. You pay for someone to store them because you're not using them. Don't live a life where you're in storage. Every day when you wake up early, unless you work the night shift, and you empty yourself, you should be able to go to bed because your life was not in storage that day. You used it. Use what you have. This is what resources is about. Use what you have. Use what you have wisely. We all need grace, but you know what I mean. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please click that thumbs up. It's free and it helps. Share the video via text or social media. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the positive people I've met along my journey. You need people to help you along the way. But as you help yourself, more people want to help you. Why? Because that's inspiration. When someone is trying to get the most out of their life in a healthy, positive way, that's inspiring. No one's perfect. No one is without flaws. No one is without a level of, suffering in this world, but it's inspiration to see someone trying to make the most of their resources. And thank you for watching.